What up, though? I'm
Yeah.
BZB,
I'm Adrian.
I'm Danae.
and this is But.
Actually,
Decent.
picking up
The
The
podcast.
podcast. The
podcast.
podcast.
Hi
Hi.
guys. Hi guys.
How y'all doing,
Hello,
man? The
Negroes.
three millennials. How are we today?
The three millennials
Oh,
that
yeah.
are just having regular conversations about things that are on our mind. So that's what we're doing. So come in, take a seat.
One group chat at a time.
One group chat at a time. So join us.
I like that part the
Yeah.
best. The one group chat at a time, that really does it for me. Best
'Cause
part.
it's
Like a
real.
mic drop. Like a mic drop.
Yeah, because it encapsulates everything that we,
Oh, sorry.
And
I was
before we
trying-
continue, I just want to make sure that everybody goes on Instagram, But Actually Decent Pod, YouTube Pod in Color, TikTok, But Actually Decent, Facebook, But Actually Decent the podcast, Spotify, But Actually Decent the podcast as well. Make sure y'all liking and following and subscribing and everything like that. We need it, okay?
You do.
Y'all be watching, but y'all don't be subscribing.
And speaking of watching, somebody that I'm gonna be mindful of names, but someone that we all know and love and probably have a text message with that shares maybe like parents with you. I didn't say that. Love to text and be like, okay, so I said, why don't you tell us in the comments?
She's full of suggestion.
But you know, that's my girl. I ain't gonna talk about her.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
funny.
speaking of her, no, that's about my weekend. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's
How
funny.
was you all's weekend?
There we go.
That's a great segue. And hey, since it's so fresh on your brain, why don't you go first, brother?
The first thing that I was gonna say in it about the person I was talking, I'm gonna have to say name anyway. When I was talking about Shauna, my sister had a caftan and cocktail brunch this weekend, and if y'all don't know this,
that.
it's you should. And I got a caftan to wear too. Well, I got a dashiki, but
now for the people in the back, what's a caftan?
A moo.
The back of where? The back of where?
Who might
don't
not know what a caftan is.
I don't know what a caftan is.
Really?
You know who Andre Leon Talley is?
Mm-mm.
I'm sorry.
Oh, the dude that died, the fashion dude.
Yeah, full of caftan.
Okay, I didn't know what a caftan was.
Very, very.
That's
big.
not the issue. The problem is
The dude that died.
the
I know.
You ain't right.
I'm surprised caftan is not a thing at your house.
It probably is a thing. He might not
just
call
didn't know
it
what it was called.
caftan.
He probably called
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Nah, she don't be wearing that. Mm-mm.
Oh,
Really?
dang.
Not even your mom. Your mama never did.
It was a moo. I didn't.
Oh well. What's the difference?
Y'all
between
bougie.
the moo and no, I'm confused now. What's the difference between the moo and the caftan?
I think a moo is shorter. A caftan is long.
So I had a moo.
Oh, did you?
I had on shorts. I was like, I hate having outfits because they always do stuff like,
Yeah.
I don't want to look like Santana, and I love Santana so much. I don't want to look like Santana. You know?
I don't think you can look like Santana. A lot of stuff would have to change for you to look like Santana. You know, so hold on to that.
And that ain't no shade because I love Santana, but you know,
Me too.
I also don't.
Wait, hold on. No, go ahead.
So the caftan and cocktail party.
Oh, wait, because I looked it up, a caftan. I saw some African. I don't know if it was Nigerian. I don't know exactly what country it was, but guys it was like big, flowy, like it was a suit though. You know what I'm saying? It's very, very fly. So that's kind of what it reminded me of. But yeah, go ahead.
Okay,
that's what you need.
I do. You're right. I do.
Princess Zamunda. My son works.
Can you buy me one and send it to my house? For please. Thank you. Love you. Appreciate it. But with the caftan and cocktails, Sis with Shauna made drinks, and as always, a hit. We had a red berry. So the listeners, if you're having a party, barbecue, whatever, you just want to have a nice drink.
You just want to drink with a J.
Because let me tell you, I had some because she made like a whiskey red berry and then like a peach vodka something, and it was going. Like I was pouring, I was like, oh, Why
Yeah.
you should have bought 2 jars of each. But Sis Rashana supported. We did that. So I did that this weekend. Saturday we had a party my sister had a brunch for her birthday. So that was fun. Captain and cocktails. So we all went and just had a good old time. I was the bartender.
Of course.
And it was a great time. Everybody was dancing. And then Sunday, my mom and my stepfather had their vow renewal. Today is their 25th year anniversary. So that was a whole thing.
Congratulations.
That was a whole thing. Thank you. It was fun.
That's beautiful.
We had a good time, and that's the thing. I was gonna be in the cousin group chat this morning, like, so what are we doing the 4th at? Because it was just we just had so much fun. So that was my weekend. So vow renewal, my sister's birthday. What did I do Friday? I don't think that'll be my wellness tip about Friday. But so that was my weekend. Danae, how was your weekend?
It was good. I went to Michigan with my mother, my aunts, and my grandmother because my great uncle was being inducted into a Hall of Fame.
That's
and
beautiful.
It was beautiful. He is 84 years old.
Yeah.
And as sharp as a knife. When I tell you the memory of an elephant, when I tell you intellectual, when I tell you like I only pray that I could have a portion
at 84, that's amazing.
Of the life and the accomplishments that he has had. So we went down Friday. Friday we just met up with like our cousins and stuff and went to dinner and hung out in the hotel room. The funny thing was that when we got to the hotel, the receptionist at the desk, we like went to check in and she was like, "Oh, he just called." So he had been calling them people to see if we had arrived yet.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah.
That's old school right there.
And she was like, right. She was like, "He's very excited." I was like, "Yes, he is very excited."
Love that.
And then we were calling him to let him know that we made it, but we just sitting in the room and he go and knock at the door and it's him. And we like, "What are you doing here?" He has a few drivers. He had people that like kind of sneak and bring him food and stuff. He kept calling them his handlers. But
wait, drivers like he legit got like
they are very close friends or friends of the family, but he is somebody.
That's
he really is. Like he is a legend in the area. So
legend.
People don't really tell him no. So like if he call you and be like, "Can you bring me 3 banana breads?" They bring them, even though he ain't supposed to have that. But
so what?
Yeah, I digress. So Friday we went out to eat. Saturday was the day of the actual Hall of Fame induction, which that was nice. It was at like a hall. There was a handful of people being inducted, and so that was just like a regular presentation situation. And then Sunday we came back. We got up and packed our things up. We thought we were gonna go to brunch, but it was Father's Day. And so the church crowd and the Father's Day crowd was thick. And so we were like, we should just get on the road and head on back.
Yeah.
So I had forgotten about the time change. It was nice to get home and have an extra hour to just kind of rest. And so I got home and I got horizontal. And wrong way. Wrong way. That was my weekend.
That's how you start. And then you finish.
That's how you start. And if you're real tired, then you just fall over.
It's very sudden. Yeah.
Torpedo. You just torpedo.
And
congratulations, Uncle Nick. Al Nichols.
Yes, congratulations.
Muskegon, Michigan.
Congratulations.
What's Muskegon like? Is it like the city, like here, or
it's not? It's a suburb, but it is kind of rural. Yeah, I would say it's kind of rural compared to, compared to Chicago, a lot of places are, but lots of 2-lane highways. Um, we were we were across the street from the mall, so it was a lot of restaurants and shopping and stuff in the area. He like took care of all of our accommodations, and
Wow. He the
he yeah
man.
he is the man. He really
Man
is
in
the man.
Muskegon.
I
Yeah,
love
so
that. Congratulations, Unc.
Uncle Nick.
Uncle Nearest. Uncle Nick. Uncle Nick.
No,
I know.
no.
I know. I
All
know.
right, Brian. How was your week?
Nah. And happy Father's Day, B. This is the only Father's Day
Thank
Happy
podcast.
you.
Father's
Happy
Day.
Thank you,
Father's
thank
Day.
yeah, and happy Father's Day to all the active fathers out there doing their thing, doing their thizzle. But
Yeah,
yeah, my
yeah.
weekend was very great. My family celebrated me tremendously. Friday night we
Aw.
went to go tufting, which is making rugs, and I am super jealous of like artists, painting artists or drawing artists. So me tufting, I felt like an artist. I actually brought something to
Yeah.
life. Because that painting and drawing, that's not my thing. I'm not that type of artist.
Yeah.
My color and cocktails, I could just get drunk as a skunk because I know it's gonna be gay. So at least I can blame it on that.
Yeah, because I want to make it purple. That's the sun. First of all,
what we doing? Adrian, what are we doing here?
what are we doing here?
How
Yeah,
was
so that was fun. It's very interesting. It's very interesting, man. It's very you got to take your time with it, And I think I think I would have had a better time if it was a bigger area. But it was a smaller area, so we'll see how it come out. It takes like 2 weeks for it to come out, so I will definitely show it on the pod for sure. I will live preview it, but yeah, I do like that. But that's one of the hobbies that I think I will want to get into because I just feel like everybody needs a hobby, something that you don't do for money, but something that you can kind of just escape to.
Yeah.
And
where did you do it? Like
this in Aurora, yeah, in the
Okay.
Fox Valley Mall. Now that's a mall.
Yeah.
That is a mall. That felt like early 2000s, late 90s mall culture.
Restore
Big
the
old mall.
feeling, because
Yeah,
it's hard to find a good mall.
Yeah,
and he's
they
been
ain't
there
like
for
they don't make them
years
like they
now.
used to.
They don't make them like they used to. So it definitely feels like a mall. Beautiful mall. This Saturday we went out to brunch and stuff. We went to Toasted Is. I was like 92nd and Western. They got
I've never been there. How is it?
It's phenomenal. Chicago likes to jerk everything. So they had jerk oxtail grits, which were phenomenal.
Of course.
Jerk oxtail grits, yeah.
Okay.
But I didn't even have that.
Was the bone in?
It was,
Okay.
but we didn't get that this time around.
Okay.
Yeah, but I got the gumbo grits on top of a piece of catfish.
That sounds like a meal for your ass. Wow.
Listen to me. When I tell you my whole family, we came home at around like 11:30, something like that. Bro, we didn't eat again until like 4 o'clock. And I had to tell my son, come eat something before we leave because we had to go to my daughter's recital. So that's the only reason. Other than that, it would have been 7 o'clock. Like,
full all day.
What's for dinner? Yeah, that was a stick to your ribs type of meal. So yeah, so it was a lot of fun. I spent time with my dad, and so that was a great grand old time. So yeah, great grand old time. We could get into our segments. What you got for us today, Abe?
So this is a safe space, right?
Yes.
So like I said, this weekend was busy or whatever. So on Tuesday. And then they didn't say yeah, but that's a whole nother thing. On Tuesday,
I'm just trying to see where you're going.
Judge because you're right. I also can be like, so then have you ever? Yeah, you're right. You're right. Point taken. It tracks. So like I said, this week I knew it was a thing. So I didn't get a haircut, and I texted B like, the true test of confidence is when it's a week after you get your haircut. Like it's just not. If you don't get a haircut the 1 week and 1 day for Adrian, it's a problem. So I sent the request to my barber on Booksy, and I'm like, why he haven't responded yet? So I text him Thursday. I'm like, you didn't get my text. He's like, I didn't tell you I was going out of town. I said no. Oh, yeah, I'm in Colombia. Oh, okay. So you're out of town. So it's another guy that's at the shop that I know from the previous shop that he was at. And so I'm like, okay, well, can he cut my hair? Because I'm like, I just need to get a haircut. Mm-hmm. And I'm sitting like this for a reason because I just don't like my haircut.
I was gonna talk to you, but like, can you scoot down just a little?
No, I can't. I can't. So, and I don't want to have the conversation again. So he cut my hair, and I was just, and y'all know me. I just am who I am. I like what I like, and so it's not even a matter of me feeling like, oh, you should know, but it's just like I go to the same barber. It's been the same barber for years. I don't have to do nothing.
Right.
Change is never easy.
Yeah. Very true. But the wellness tip from that story is know what you want. He said, okay, so what you doing? I was like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what size blades. I didn't know anything. And then I text my barber the day before, like, okay, so he gonna cut my hair. Can you tell him, boy, because I was too low. Can you tell him, I'm gonna be like,
Wizard Kelly. Wizard
Kelly, y'all. So I text him and I was like, can you tell him what size blade? Obviously he didn't, but then at first I was like, dang, he didn't. And I had to sit with it like, Adrian, you need to know about what it, and so that's a haircut for me. But like, if we want things and we want to do stuff, know what you want. Know what you want. You can't say that. And so that's what I got from it, because you can't say that, oh, I want to do this, I want to go here, I want to be this. And it's like, do you know what it entails? Do you know what it takes? So that's what I got from it, outside of me looking in the mirror when I got in the car. And I just don't like to get a haircut that needs to give you a mirror, because I don't want to have to look for something to be wrong. I just don't. Yeah. That's just Adrian math. But that's the thing. So my wellness tip for this week: let's know what we want. Let's know what we want. You want to get a car? Know what gas costs. Know what your insurance costs. You want to buy a house? Know what, you know what I mean? Like, know your stuff. Because I feel like I was like, Adrian, you better. And I still don't know, right? So when I go back in 2 weeks, because
I was about to ask you, when is he back?
Oh, he came back today, and then he gonna confirm an appointment for me on Friday. Oh no, I'm not coming. I'll see you the following week, because this. And I'm not trying to shade the other barber, but
it's just not your barber.
It's not my barber, and like I walked away like.
You men are, well, I guess we all are, but men and their haircuts and how things can go wrong if they go to the wrong person.
That's the thing. Like, my lining now is like, I have to wait to get a haircut because my lining is not how I would like it. But I didn't know to tell him to use a 3 or a 1 or whatever. Excuse me, to cut my hair. So that's what I took away from him. So I was mad for like 30 seconds, and I was like, Adrian, you're also almost 40 years old. You should know what goes into a haircut, but I don't.
And you know what? To take that a little bit further, you said know what you want, but know what you need also. Because I remember somebody on here, mama, told us like something about if somebody
wrote you a check, have a pen.
Yeah,
I know who said it. The great. I to this day, and I'm not even being funny. Yesterday we were at my parents' vow renewal, and I was writing something, and I said, I don't have a pen. I said, if a millionaire came here, I wouldn't get my blessing. I wouldn't get my blessing. That is a word that I live by.
She also said, somebody mama. She also said, know the exact amount.
Like down to the penny. You can't say God.
You don't want to be hemming and hawing.
You need to know.
Is that a black term?
Hemming and hawing is definitely a black term.
That's the word. Those are words of a woman in pearls.
That's the episode name. Hemming and hawing.
Hemming and hawing.
Let me write that down.
You gotta be. Oh,
write that down. Write that down.
Oh, that's so funny when you said that. I was like, I know what she wants with this. Cause I to this day, I still be like, Like, you don't have a pen in your car. You gotta have at least a
You
pen
just
in your
gotta
car.
know.
You just
So
need
at
to.
least in your car, yeah.
And granted, we
Yeah.
living in a time of technology and blah blah
And
blah. But
Zelle and stuff.
yeah,
But some people, some don't even operate by them standards at all.
Mhm.
And they
Yeah.
the one that got the checkbook, the
Mhm.
pocketbook,
a,
literally.
Okay.
a literal check,
The
like,
pocketbook.
a
Yeah.
ledger. Like, what are
Yeah.
we doing here?
Yeah,
A ledger.
exactly.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So we gotta know what we want.
You know what's interesting? I just want to say something real quick about that point. Since you piggybacked off that point, I need to piggyback too.
It's
just so
what does
it's
this
just
mean when you do this?
doing all the squares. Make sure I'm getting all the
Oh.
squares. But it's also interesting how we can go, like, you have been going to your same barber for how long and you just didn't know, because we're so comfortable with things. We just sit down, boom, and it's like we need to it's a I don't know if this is an African proverb but it basically said feel the well when you don't need it, because if you need the water, if you need the water, if you need the water, it's probably a drought now, and now you need water. But that's not when you fill the well. You got to fill the well before you need it.
Oh, let him use you.
That's
Let him use you.
Headphone drop.
Wow, that was good. That's good.
Bars.
But that's also true.
Literal
Though.
bars.
That's the truth.
Mhm.
You got to
That's
do it
very
before
true.
you need it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
That sounds like that was your mama that said that, Brian.
Right. We gonna call this episode
Yo mama. No,
Right.
don't call it your mama.
No, not your mama.
That's your mama.
Look, that might be a
okay.
listener. She might hit us. We can't say your mama.
That's funny. Moving on to our next segment. What y'all mad at? I'm actually taking the place of the nay. Fix it. And you know what? I'm mad at. You know who I'm mad at? I'm mad at Live Nation. And not maybe not for the reason that y'all think, because they have some crazy fees and stuff, but I'm mad at them because I watched the Travis Scott documentary, Astroland. It's I guess a company that also did Woodstock in '99 a couple years ago. Now they did Astroland. You saw it?
I put it on. I fell asleep on it. Thanks for the reminder. I'm going back to it tomorrow. Yeah.
So yeah, basically, if y'all don't know, I mean, I'm not spoiling anything because it. You know what I'm saying? It happened in real time. Yeah. So in 2021, Travis Scott, who's a big hip hop artist, like almost like a rock artist for real, just because of how big he is and how his shows are.
This is actually for Adrian because he has no idea.
He has no idea. So basically, he had a festival, and this was supposed to be a 2-day festival, and it got so big in 2021 that they were going to have 2 days. Previously, it was just 1 day. So he had everybody from like Master P to Meg Thee Stallion, SZA, everybody performing. So at this particular time, it was like so packed, and the people that went into kind of like the area, whatever, it was no way out. So a lot of people got trampled. 10 people actually died from this concert, and basically they were trying to blame Travis Scott and be like, well, you saw people saying stop the show and everything like that. But realistically, I'm mad at Live Nation because if you hired
I was gonna say, where's the security?
Concert experts and stuff like that, they like Nay, you have been talking about going to concerts. Stevie Wonder, you had saw like all of these people, but especially
nobody
in
was
Chicago,
trampling.
Yeah, but I'm saying, especially in Chicago, they're not playing that. It's too many people in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? And so if you hire all these experts that go from stadium to stadium, or at least know this stadium, or at least know this arena, this venue or something, they should be the ones at fault, not the artists. Now I will admit, the way that he moves, kinda, you know what I'm saying, it's kind of crazy when he has his concerts raging. Yeah. It's really it's really, really crazy. But at the end of the day, it's like I could just look at his face and be like, man, what am I to do? Is like, are they handling it? The paramedics, are they handling it? I don't really know. I can't really tell, So,
and I can't imagine, like, I'm sure he sees all kinds of things when he looks out into the crowd.
That wasn't his first show. Yeah.
How is he supposed to know that this one is the one where people are truly getting trampled, or is it a mosh pit, or is it
exactly?
It's all kind of stuff.
It's a lot of stuff going on. So yeah, you can't. I don't feel like 100% of it is on him. You know,
where's this festival at?
This was in Houston.
Okay.
H10.
I would just like to say that sounds, and this is from the millennial perspective, that sounds like hell to go there. I'm not saying like being in the middle of that, but just all that many people.
It's
like, I know people love festivals and all of that. I can't anymore. I've aged out.
You've aged out of the festivals?
I've aged out of festival vibes. It's just did the Roots Picnic a few years ago, and that was it for me. I can't do that. And the Roots Picnic, it don't get more mellow than that.
Yeah, for sure.
Ash,
and even that was a lot. Yeah.
They just
and it's pretty.
In one place.
It's also kind of interesting because I think his last album is called Utopia, but before this whole incident and everything like that, the album was going to be called Dystopia, which is like just a horrible like place, very surreal. Yeah. So because of all this negative press and stuff, he had to change it to Utopia. But it's amazing how you put out words and they, that stuff is real. That stuff is real.
I be trying to catch, especially in the last and not that I haven't before, but for the last 2 weeks, I've been like, let me not say that. Let me get my mouth off that. I don't want to say that. So to your point, that's
life and death.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah, that's so true. So
stop it, fix it.
No, Live Nation.
I'm sorry, Live Nation.
I'm about to say, he didn't even do nothing, and I don't even know. I've heard the name. I'm looking on Apple Music, and I do not know him.
Remember when Lil Wayne thought Travis Scott was a group?
Man, that's Travis Porter.
right.
Lil Wayne don't be knowing what's going on, and that's who y'all wanted to perform at the Super Bowl. But anyway, I think we could get into our game. Hey, what you got for us tonight?
Don't do that to Dwayne Michael. Don't do that.
Have you heard the car?
No, and I haven't for that reason. They were talking about it in a cousin group chat. I was like, oh, maybe
the elephant song took me out.
Shout out Lin Manuel.
Whatever, right.
Miranda.
I keep saying I'm gonna listen, but we're in another week of me not
Save yourself. Don't.
Yeah, you really don't have to. Yeah.
I feel like
remember him as he was, huh?
Exactly.
That's how I gotta do it, Anne Marie. Because, girl, are you okay?
It is just so ironic that we were just saying that, and then that tiny disc came out. And I'm still.
I would like to see her live. I would like to see her too.
She at the Keisha Cole concert, and I'm gonna see her. And I hope it's better.
Okay, I got a quick question for y'all because I don't want to stay on this, but for studio singers, stuff that they got to fix in the studio, stuff like that, how are they supposed to perform live? What are they to do?
They ain't what did we call it? Ribs and bacon, ribs and barbecue. Ribs and barbecue. That ain't real ribs and barbecue.
King of ribs and barbecue.
That ain't real ribs and barbecue, right?
Jamie Foxx.
Not at all. I don't know what they are to do.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe there's special mics, but obviously there's not.
Because she
beautiful gowns.
If they did, she didn't have it.
Yeah, she didn't have it.
She didn't. Damn,
I think you just need to mitigate. You just need to know what you can and can't do on live stage. I can't do that. I can't do what Tamar is doing. I'm gonna do what I can do, and that's it. We're gonna leave it at that.
We went to see, and we won't talk about anything else but when we went to go see Anita Baker in New Orleans, she was asking people what they were talking about songs, and she was like, "Oh, I haven't sung that song since my son." She had on a duster and her kitten heels, and she said, "I'm not. You think I'm about to sweat? I am Anita Baker."
But she is also a lot older.
Yeah.
And Marie should be shamed.
She should. And then something else I want to tell y'all too.
We ain't never gonna get to this guy.
Full of talk. It's working out perfectly, actually. But something that that always sticks out with. I just lost my thought. I do that.
Was it Anita Baker?
Anita Baker. Oh, when y'all were talking about Travis Scott. So I went to the farewell tour here when she was on that. And like I was ready to be like turned up, like, and I was standing up, they were behind me, like, can you sit your ass down? I was like,
all right.
Wait, you talking about Anita?
Standing up?
Yeah. When I went to the farewell tour, and I was so excited, standing up, and they were like,
"Were we together?"
No, we didn't go to the farewell tour together. I think
I went to see her.
We didn't.
And then my car got set on fire a couple days later. But continue. It's just. You ready for the game?
Danae, I'm not gonna ever be, and I know you say it and you laugh like it's okay, but I'm not gonna ever be like, for you to say that, I'll be like, oh, she's so crazy. No, because where's she at? Where's that lady?
What?
So we can whoop her ass.
Yeah.
Burned up. But so I am producing this episode. So join us. And again, follow us. All of our resume is listed below, so please follow us and comment and share and like and all that stuff. So something that we do on But Actually Decent is we just jump into stuff, and I think we always have to go back to allowing people to see a different side of us. And I feel like we should play just a game of Never Have I Ever. Nothing too crazy. Maybe. But so how we're gonna do this episode, and for our listeners, because you're gonna do it with your friends or you're gonna comment because this is a thing. We are going to. I'm going to throw off some questions, and then you have each of us have a 5 tell it cards, and so with the tell it cards, not tarot, but tell it cards. But how that works is, if I say never have I ever blah blah blah, and then they said, oh yeah, I did that, then I have the power to say tell it, and you have to tell a story to give our listeners and even maybe us just an insight on like something that we maybe didn't know about each other. So that's what we'll do this episode, ma'am.
Question. I always get mixed up with never have I ever, right? So you say something, never have I ever drank water. If I have done that, then
to my understanding, the only time that you would say something is if you've never done it.
If you've never done it.
If you've never drank water. Because then that's why when
that's the never part.
Yeah, right. So then that's why when you playing it, drinking and stuff, you
try to play me.
No, I ain't trying to play you. Never have I ever tried to play you, my sister.
Thank you. Clean it up. No. Okay, so if I never did it, then I say this.
No. Like I've never done that.
Okay. I've never done that. So when do I tell it?
If we all have a card, so if I say never have I ever gone to see Beyonce,
never.
And
continue.
Just like I said that about the car. Okay. So if he say, well, we wouldn't ask him, but if we could say that we went, and then if B said, okay, Danae, tell it. You have to just give a little story about. Okay, so when I went to On the Run tour, this happened. You know, that kind
Adrian made me walk all the way home, and then my feet, I took them off at the door and left them there because my feet was hurting so bad.
I don't think I don't do good with concerts.
You don't.
I don't do good with concerts.
No.
I don't do good with airports. I don't do good with concerts.
No. But that's okay. I get it now.
So that's what we're doing. So let's get into it. Okay. So first, never have I ever played hooky from school or work. Safe to say we've all done it.
Did it.
Okay. Same.
For sure did it.
For sure. Never have I ever broken a bone.
I never broke a bone before.
Never have I ever.
Okay.
Adrian, tell it.
You know, come to dirty bro. So in 2020, New Year's Eve, and to be honest, it was so much that happened. And
So
a neck
much.
brace and blah blah blah. Like I had a lot going on. Like it's to the point where I'm like, I don't even know what was wrong. I just knew I couldn't walk. I knew I woke up and I was like, when I finally came to, I was like, so I was involved in a car accident in 2020. And yeah, I was car accidented. Like I was neck brace, I was in a wheelchair, I had brachial plexus in my left arm, like I had all kind of stuff. So yeah, so I have. I can show you
still standing.
And we
still
here.
Right.
So and that's nothing but God. But yeah, so
you broke your clavicle.
See, you again, Danae, and that's the thing too. When I say Danae handles stuff, how many days did you send me emails about my progress? This is what I mean, but she get mad. We went, Danae, one of our friends and Danae, we went to one of our friends, Danae, myself, and one of our friends went to New Orleans, and our friend and I were just going down the wrong. We were wrong. We were wrong.
Going down the wrong.
But
path.
the thing that I say, Danae was like, "Where y'all going? We're not even flying Delta." I'm like, "Really? Oh,
really?
My bad."
Imagine not knowing. You just at the airport.
You don't want to go to Big Dookie's. What's that place called? Is it Big Dookie's or Miss Dookie's?
Dookie Chase.
Dookie Chase.
I don't want either of the three.
You don't want Dookie.
I don't know. You might.
No
Dookie. If it's in Louisiana, you want it.
I pass on the Dookie.
Thank you kindly.
Oh no.
No Dookie for me. Thank you.
Not that kind of Dookie, but that restaurant, there's a good chance. So I have broken bone. I know y'all never did. Okay. Never have I. Yes, and we're not breaking no more bones. We too old. Never have I ever used a fake ID.
I never did. I never. Never did.
Oh.
Now I was in some places. Oh, okay, yeah, go for it.
No. You was in some places.
I was in some places where I wasn't supposed to be. Like I was supposed to be 21. I wasn't 21 yet.
Yeah.
But they didn't call.
I remember I was.
You just
I was
slid on by.
For sure, slid on by. Where was that? Red Kiva? Was that it? Red Kiva. And listen, my friend. One of my best friends at the time, his older brother. I think he might have graduated with Shaw or something, but he went to a different school. So he saw me. He said, "Hey, bro, what you doing in here? You ain't old enough." I said,
That's funny. I ain't bringing no attention to myself, okay?
Hey, Rick.
Please don't bring it over here.
Right.
Ooh,
I'm just chilling, bro.
Oh, we would get drunk as a skunk on the way.
Those were good days. Listen to some good old poetry.
Oh, it was fun.
Everybody snapping.
Fun. Yeah.
Good old days.
Okay, so B has never used a fake ID. And he told his story, but Danae, I want to use one of my tellets, and I need to know your fake ID story.
So
many. We the people.
I went to school in Milwaukee, and that is a party area, so it was almost like you got to have a fake ID to like just go outside most times. I had one that was somebody's cousin, and sometimes like they tell you they ain't paying attention as long as it's a black face. Right, you all right.
Right.
And I never got like caught or got my ID taken from me, but I do remember on my 21st birthday going to a place that I had gone to multiple times with my fake ID and presenting my real ID and them telling me that wasn't me. And I was like, nope, all them other times that wasn't me.
You were doing your
This
job.
legit though. This legit.
Right. Me.
Yeah, and the reason why, oh God, the reason why was because I was inebriated when I got there, and so they were really, really paying attention to the idea of the girl that could barely stand when walking in the door, and it was my 21st birthday. Attempted 21 shots.
How many did you do?
I think I got to 15.
Dang.
And it was not
of what? Do you remember?
I wasn't the girl I am now. Right? So it was whatever.
So it was blue label. So it was blue label.
It was
you were drinking
UV.
Skull.
I got some Amsterdam tobacco.
Danae, UV.
You know,
that reminds me of your uncle.
Yeah, sadly.
Telling us that we thought we was better because we said we didn't want it. He was like, y'all think y'all, that's exactly what we think.
Yes.
So we'll be back. We'll be back, but we're not drinking that. That's so funny.
Not a shining moment, but I remember like arguing with them about the fact that, no, this is my real ID.
Right.
Them other ones wasn't. But hey, I'm 21 now. Let me in.
I'm here now. I'm legal.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fake ID. You know what? I've never had to use a fake ID. When I turned 21, I was so excited. And I got somebody was like, all right, you good. I was like, no, Anthony.
I need to show you this.
They didn't. That's been the case. That's been the case since I was like 7. Like I've always looked. People thought I was older, but
yeah.
You said, "Come on, big bro, you got it."
Exactly. Right. And that's my thing. Because now, are you trying to sound fat? Like, yeah,
the big homie,
the big.
Big homie. Big homie.
He hate big homie.
I hate it. Like I love to see people be like, "What's up, big homie?" And I'm like, "Oh, I hope you die." I hate you. Not I hope you die. It's silly, but yes, I hate that. I did. I don't anymore. I don't care now because I make
that's funny.
Never have I ever fallen asleep in public.
Falling asleep in public?
Mm-hmm.
Movies count? Yeah, I fell asleep.
Fell asleep at the club.
Oh,
does the train count?
I feel like you're supposed to go to sleep on the train.
So that don't count, man.
Right.
Never have I ever fallen asleep in public. Like class count? That's public.
That's public.
Yeah, that's public.
Sleeped in a hook.
Dang.
The answer is B.
Never have I ever won the lottery.
Not a dime.
I didn't win a lottery. I won at a casino twice. Twice that I remember. But yeah, when we went to Vegas, Danae, remember, and I was like, they're gonna be looking out for me. I won $200. I was like, Danae, we gotta be careful. We gotta be. She was like, boy, don't nobody want that damn money.
No, back on my 77.
I was looking around. I was like, they probably checking for me. Don't nobody want your $200.
I mean, but we were much younger, so $200 was like.
But that hotel,
especially in that economy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. And we were getting like, it was happy hour, like damn near bottomless drinks, and we paid like nothing.
$20. Right.
And toe down in that hotel, but it was like super. And we were in Vegas for like 3 days. I mean, 3 weeks. I'm sorry. We were there for
a long time. No money.
Yeah.
Hey, Daddy, how you doing? Yep, I'm still here. Can you see me?
I was like, can I have a hamburger? I don't need cheese.
Oh, the cheese, please.
Then where we leaving in 2 weeks? God, I don't have no more money.
If you can give me only one bun, that will help me out too.
How much for two pieces of corn in my hand, like that dude in Living Color? But yeah, that was Chris Rock. That dude, Chris Rock. Yeah, Vegas. But that's why I won in here. But yeah, that was fun. All these are actually me, but whatever. Never have I ever gone on a solo vacation.
Never gone on a solo vacation before.
I have.
I haven't.
I have.
Was it pretty nice? Oh, I
No,
remember.
B, you supposed to say tell
My
it.
bad. I'll tell it.
Now, Danae, you gotta tell it.
I do. As you take a sip of your drink, I went on a solo cruise, not not by choice.
Oh shit! I'm sorry. I didn't even think
Oh
about it.
yeah,
I'm sorry.
no
I'm sorry.
folks.
I did not even
Yeah.
think about it when I picked this question. I apologize.
Not by choice. That's okay. Went with my boo, got down there, and his stuff was expired, and so I had to get on the boat by myself, or we both weren't gonna get on the boat, and I was on fire, and so I got on the boat. And I was like crying and just like, well, how am I gonna get through this by myself for the next 5 days? I spent a lot of money. That's how I got through it. I was going to the steak dinner every night. I wasn't going to the regular diner.
You want to get the burgers?
He gonna pay for
ma'am, captain's dinner for you tonight. How about not? Perhaps a captain dinner. Perhaps not.
He gonna pay. Okay, so it wasn't that bad. There was just, I mean, I didn't really have any safety concerns because you're on a cruise and like it's not like I'm about to be stumbling drunk back to my room or anything like that. I would just sit down at the bar, or I went to a lot of shows by myself, and I did a lot of the actual activities on the boat, which wasn't terrible. Oh, but we going again in August, and he better act like
better get a whistle.
He better have a whistle. He better have.
I want to go on a cruise. I do. We went on Carnival, my family and I was like, it was fun, and like I forgot I was on a boat, and like me and mom and me and my mom and my father was together, and we were going to shows, and I was in there like cracking up, and like mom was like, "You want another drink?" My sister was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Oh, we went to the Temptation show." They was like, "Why?" I was like, "Cause I went with."
Yeah, I mean those things. I went to the water show. I went to like an ice skating show. I did a lot of the little.
I want to go
festivities.
Do you think the world can handle if we go on a cruise with a drink package? But you don't be getting drunk though. So
I don't be getting drunk.
You don't get drunk. So. I want to see B on a cruise with a drink package.
He wouldn't run out of his 15 drinks per day.
No.
Because after two counted up, bruh, that's a lot, bruh.
Yeah.
But I mean, in the span of the day, yeah.
But they also have like a time, like you can't just go back to back because then they assume that you're giving them to people. And so I think it's like a 30-minute timer in between when you can order them, and it's still some people that have run out of their 15 drinks, and that I don't want that.
Whew. That's a lot of drinks.
Solo vacation. Excuse me. Okay, so next one. Never have I ever slept outdoors for an entire night.
I have.
Actually, I have.
Brian, you gotta tell it. You gotta tell it.
Yeah. So I had to sleep in my car one time. Oh man, I had to sleep in my car one time because I went over to homie house, and it was like probably like 4 of us or something. And then I was like, okay, this is cool, but now this is before I was in a relationship, before I was, so I was, called somebody up. It's like, okay, I'm gonna slide. So I slid back, and it was probably like 1:30. So I'm like trying to text everybody, trying to knock on that door, and I had to sleep outside till like 6, 7 o'clock. It was like, nigga, you should have been banging on the door.
At home. You were at your
I was at the homie house.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like, nigga, you should have been banging on the door. Like, I ain't wanna. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be different banging on your mama door.
Right.
Or banging
Yeah,
on, no, but I wouldn't care. Well, maybe if it's that person's parents' house. I don't know what I would do in that case.
I feel like it depends on the relationship, maybe. Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang.
I want y'all to tell it. Go ahead, both of y'all.
I know that's right. I'll go first. Sleeping outside. I ran away when I was younger. And yeah, it was stupid. And I went to my cousin's house, but I was afraid to ring the bell because they had dogs. And I'm like, and this was like cell phones were a thing, but yeah, whatever.
Still T9.
Yeah, it just wasn't like the thought of like texting them to like come open the door or something like that was just not a thing. So I went to my cousin's house, which was around the corner from my house.
I was like, what did you walk?
Right. And I did walk, and it was in the middle of the night too, child. And I slept on a porch. And I walked away. Okay.
You ain't even run
right. You ain't even run away.
I slept on a porch because we went to school together. So like I was like, okay, if I get over there, they're gonna take me to school. And it was, dramatic. I left like pillows under the bed. So if my parents woke up, they would think I was still in there. Oh my God. And then I went to school and somebody came like, your daddy here. I was like,
I don't know why you thought that was gonna be a good idea with your mama or your dad.
I thought I was in the clear. They came right up there and got me. Yeah, so
not in the clear.
And my aunt and uncle was like in cahoots with my parents. I'm like, I was trying not to ring the bell.
When you said you went there, I was like, that is like going to. Yeah, no.
I know. I was trying not to disturb y'all, and y'all told on me, but yeah I slept outside. Damn. And I didn't have to. That was just me being just stupid. Like, girl, what do you think this is? Junie B. Jones. Just a dramatic teenager.
That's funny.
For me, my best friend at the time, birthday, we went on a yacht. And yeah, real quick. We went on the yacht. So I went and we went on the yacht. Like I was drunk as a skunk. Yachting. And I got home and I realized I don't have house keys. And I was still living at home. So I was like, okay. And I don't even know that I had a cell phone. Actually, I did. And it was dead. So I was like, knocking on my sister's window. No. I did not knock on the window because we had Eve. And for our listeners, my mom had we had a dog. Yeah, R.I.P. Eve. We got a dog. We had a dog when we were growing up, and Eve was the ADT system. We didn't have ADT, but Eve. We didn't get a security system after Eve. That's how it was,
right?
Because we like the way my parents had set up. We can go like, because my sisters and I, or the older girls, were downstairs with me, and so we could like go like through the basement and go up. So we had like a system. So if you was gonna be out late, it was like, okay, so I'm open the door for you, go downstairs, like it was a whole thing. So I couldn't knock on no window because I knew my mom was gonna kill me. So I opened the garage and I slept in my own car. Yeah, I slept in the car, and I mean knocked out, and I had to go to work the next day. And I woke up. I think I was working at McDonald's too. And I woke up and I was like, I really got to get my life together because why am I sleeping in the car? So, and I told my mom, she was cracking up. She was like, so you don't charge your phone? Blah, blah, blah. I was like, then she buy a portable charger. I'm like, girl, okay.
I slept outside in the cold.
Right, you don't understand. It was also not. It was.
That was. I'm sorry. To go back to I'm sorry. Because when I ran away, I got in trouble for leaving the door unlocked. They didn't care that I slept outside. They didn't care that I ran away.
But don't leave this door unlocked.
You left my door unlocked. Somebody could have came in here. I'm like, I slept on these streets, but I didn't really.
That's funny.
I slept on the porch of my
That's
auntie house.
funny.
Hard streets of Soho.
Right, exactly.
That's funny. Never have I ever met someone famous.
Mm-mm.
You've never met anybody famous.
No. I'm saying I have.
Oh yeah.
Right. Okay. Same.
Yeah, I'm saying I
I
have.
know you did.
Does it count if they D list or C list? Never mind. What's the next question? Go ahead.
Please go to the next one. Please go to the next one.
Tell it.
Please. No.
No, I'm just saying when I was watching Tubi and then I met. Never mind. Go ahead.
All right.
Oh.
Never. Never have I ever ghosted someone that was trying to talk to me.
I met Welvin the Great. I'm sorry. Continue.
What? Got him.
Got him.
You met who?
Welvin.
Who was Welvin?
Welvin the Great. And he was like, these nuts.
Oh, where'd you meet him?
On the Las Vegas Strip.
Really?
Yeah. And he was trying to charge us $100 to take a picture with his old
What? Get up out of here.
Right.
You should have gave him a fake $100 and be like, got him.
Right.
I didn't even know he had a real name. Like, I did not know that was his name. I don't know what I thought his name was. Welvin.
What'd you say?
Oh, never
you
have I
ever
ever ghosted someone.
I was about to say, never have I ever had a one night stand. I was gonna say, okay, Adrian.
That
this
was
has been fun.
I went past that one.
Ghosted somebody. Oh God.
Okay. So Danae has B. Have you ever ghosted someone?
Yes, I have.
Yeah. Sometimes it's necessary, and you have to, Adrian.
Oh, I know I have. I have.
You want to tell it? I beat you to it.
Okay. You know what? The rules are the rules.
The rules are the rules.
Hold on, let me mark you down and be used too, because we both had to say it. So this is a safe space, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So I lived a life at one point in my life where I was dating. And so I realized that I had a lot going on, but to me, dating would seem like it'd be a good distraction. And so I was talking to this person, and he and I were like, we were going. He was like, we're gonna go out, or we're gonna do. I was working at the hospital, and so he was like, I'm gonna pick you up from work, and we gonna do. Don't judge me. We gonna do. We're gonna go out. We're gonna go ahead. And I got a room. So I was like, oh, okay. So I'm thinking, well, I know a hotel that's near there. So, okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
He came and got me from work. We pulled up. I was like, who's going to here? And he was like, well, everything is booked. And I was like, oh. So we went to the room, and then when we walked in, it was a mean time in my life. I will say that. But it was like absolute, and like I was like, and I had just like I was officially like at a point where I was like trying different flavors of Ciroc. Like I was at that point. So you're not drinking Absolute because you think you drinking Ciroc. Anyway, so that's where I was in my life. So I walked in here like, and I walked in. You would have thought I had on a white glove. I was like. All right, I know where this is gonna go. So true story, requested an Uber for the place across the street. He went in the bathroom, and I left and blocked him. Yeah,
that's how you gonna do it if you're gonna do it.
But my phone bill was due in 2 weeks, and so then I called him and told him I needed money, and he did it. But yeah.
Look at
wow.
I was like, I'm sorry. So you gonna pay my phone bill?
Wow. 779-32.
And paid it. And I was like, oh, okay, we could go. Let's go to Applebee's. And we went to Applebee's like that time 2 weeks later, and I was just like, I should have stuck to my guns. I should have.
Yeah.
So that was my ghosted story. How are we gonna?
We can do one more. Let's do
one more.
Okay. Let's make it a good one. Never have I ever deleted a post on social media because it didn't get enough likes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh, they're gonna think I'm thirsty for this one. Let me take this down.
For what?
Yeah.
Tell it.
Yeah, I could be something.
That's what you get
when I tell you y'all
dry as a bone.
You know I love bubbles.
You about to start whistling.
But I was like, who is this?
Dry as a bone.
Danae, guess who this is?
The person you ghosted. Sorry,
right.
too soon. Sorry.
October 11, 2014.
Ashley? I mean,
yes.
Oh,
come on, man.
Yes.
Sorry.
Oh, speaking of, and this has nothing to do with Never Have I Ever, but I was at the we went to a golf outing for work, so they were giving out cigars, and they was like, "Hey, do you know how to smoke cigars?" I said, and they don't know you. I said, me and Danae almost died. Like we literally were at that wedding, like coughing, trying to look cool because there was like a cigar bar. And
were y'all inhaling?
I don't know what we
were doing it wrong. We were doing it wrong. That's
a surefire way to like die. You are not supposed to inhale.
I felt like I did.
You want to go? So you want to go get another drink? Because listen,
I'll leave this to the big time.
We'll leave this to y'all while y'all laughing at us because we sweating and yeah. Oh, let me see her picture. Okay, so that is. I think the thing that I love the most about this game with you guys is like you see our personalities even in things that we've done. Like I feel like it's super cool. So it's just like another reason that you should listen to the But Actually Decent podcast because we are just someone else was listening and was like, oh, I did that too. And so that's what we did. That's what we did. So with your friends, with your family, with your partner, whatever. You can learn something about people. Like I feel like I did, and it's not even a matter of what happened, but it's just like it's like you hear it and it's like, where'd you go? You know, like those kinds of things, but it just lets you know we all just be living this life thing and just be
y'all experience life.
We do like
lots of commonalities, but in very different ways.
Yeah, we went to Del Toro Saturday, and I was sitting around, and I had Eddie Winslow called my phone, and so I was sitting around people watching, and I was like, the crazy part about it is everybody got something going on in their life, but you would not know. They were laughing. My drink had fire in it. Like it was just like you could legit like you go to a party and it's like, yeah, you dance, you having a good time, whatever. But people got shit and it's on your ass, and like we can legit that's a gift. That's a gift. That is a gift. And so I enjoyed this because it just it's fun. And we can have a never have I ever out, outside.
I like this. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, same.
I agree.
Same.
I agree. Now you want to take us out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. We going up.
All right, bye.
Never have I ever will really make you have to dig deep into the memories and sometimes share some things that maybe you ain't never said out loud. You just went through it.
Well, you might not be proud of
it to yourself. You might not be proud, but you know what? It's okay because we're a community over here, but actually decent.
And that's why we're here.
Yes.
Okay. And that's why you got to come back next week.
Yes.
2 weeks.
Next week.
Next episode.
Right. Yes.
Next episode.
Episode 45 because we're on 44 today.
Hey.
44. We will see y'all when we back. Bye.
Can we do an international trip for 100? Danae, you could pay. So we're gonna
bye.